İkram haziratının ervah şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal Habeşi radıyallahu anh Efendimizin mihmandarı Resulü Kibriya Ayub Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Ebu Ayyub el-Ansari radıyallahu anh Şah Murşidan Şah Hacı Muhammed Buhadi Naksibendi el-Bukhari Mevlana Celaleddin Rumma Mevlana Ziyadeddin Hadil Bağdadi Sahibulzaman Kıbletul İslam Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel el-Hakkani SahibulSaif Şeyh Abdulkerim Kibrisi Rabbani Kaddesallahu Esarrum haziratının ervahı için Hadimul Harameyn-i Şerifen Yavuz Sultan Selim Han Ebul Fatih el-Magazi Fatih Sultan Mehmed Han ve Serdar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan Firdevs-i Aşen haziratının ervahını ve avni inayetine Allah husus bu caminin bayinesi ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş İmam Muazzin Kayyım cemaatinin ve kafe ehli iman ervahı için Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhu ve melâiketuhu yusallûne alen nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne âmenû sallû aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya alel felah. Hayya alel felah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecma'in. Nahmedullah Teala ve nastağfiru ve eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Ve eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve ashabihi ve tabi'i hulefe raşidin mahdim li ba'di. Ve zaimmeti ala tahkik ve hususan minhum ala lamiti hulefe rasul ala tahkik Umar al-Mu'minin Hazreti Ebu Bakr ve Umar Osman ve Ali ve ala baki sahabet tabin Ridvanullah aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhel mu'minun hazirun. İttakullah Teala ve innallah mellezine tekvellezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin. Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who says in the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, so remember me, I will remember you, and be grateful to me, and do not reject me. O you who believe, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. And do not say about those who are slain in the way of Allah, they are dead. No, they are alive, although you do not perceive it. And surely we will test you with something of fear and hunger and a loss of wealth and lives and crops. But give glad tidings to the patient, those who say when disaster strikes them, indeed, we belong to Allah, and indeed, to Him we will return. Those are the ones upon whom are blessings from their Lord and mercy. Such are the rightly guided. Sadaqallah al-Azim. And may all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of the Messengers, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi wasalam, who said in a hadith, recorded in the Dalil Sharif, if someone blesses me once, Allah blesses him 10 times. And if someone blesses me 10 times, Allah blesses him 100 times. And if someone blesses me 100 times, Allah blesses him 1,000 times. And whoever blesses me 100 times, Allah will forbid his body to the fire. Strengthen him with a firm word in the life of this world and in the next in the questioning, and he will admit him to the garden. His prayers on me will come to him as a light on the day of resurrection on the Sirat, visible at a distance of 500 years. And Allah will give him a palace in the garden for every prayer that he prayed for me, whether there is little or a lot. May peace and blessings be upon him and upon his noble family and upon his blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the Grand Shaykhs of this most noble Nakshibendi way, the guides on the path of the Sahabe Kiram. May peace and blessings be upon the Ottoman Sultans, who held on firmly to the Sunnah of the Rasulullah ﷺ and ruled with the way of Haqq. May Allah love those who love them. May Allah curse those who hate them. O believers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Fatih, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, O mankind, truly the promise of Allah is true. So do not let the life of this world trick you, and do not let the great deceiver trick you about Allah. Truly, Shaytan is an enemy for you, so treat him as an enemy. He only invites his group to be the companions of the flaming fire. Sadaqallah al-Azim. Shaytan is the greatest enemy of mankind. Holy Prophet ﷺ is teaching us to seek protection in Allah from Shaytan, saying in his Hadith Sharif, Ya Allah, I seek refuge in you from the accursed Shaytan, his madness, his pride, and his breath, evil poetry. And our Grand Shaykh, Sultan al-Awliya, Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil al-Hakkani, Qadasallah Sir, is saying, we are not claiming that we are something. No, we are the weakest creatures. And I'm also knowing that we are weak creatures only belonging to mankind. We must say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. We must ask for protection from Allah Almighty. We must ask for protection from Shaytan's tricks and traps. And don't say, I may depend on myself without asking anything from the Lord of Heavens. Who is claiming that is false. Because no one can be able to save himself or herself if the Lord of Heavens is not protecting him. You cannot do anything. You must say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. But heedless people, ignorant people, proud ones may say, I'm not asking any protection from Lord of Heavens. I can do it myself with my hands. I'm depending on myself. Not saying, A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. That is from Shaytan. You must be humble, O mankind. Shaytan is the most dangerous creature against mankind. Therefore, Allah Almighty is ordering us through His servants to be aware of Shaytan. And Shaykh Maulana is opening up more what Shaytan says to mankind, saying, Shaytan is the number one enemy of mankind. He never likes you, but shows himself to you as your advisor. He came to the first man and his lady and entered paradise, where they were living in full enjoyment and blessings, and full blessings were on them. What more could they ask? And Shaytan came and said, come and follow me. I shall take you to a much more joyful place. When the first man and his lady followed him and took one step, a divine curse fell on them. And instead of enjoyment came sadness. Instead of peace came fighting. Instead of a restful and comfortable life came a life full of miseries and sufferings. Such is Shaytan's advice. He always comes to people and says, come and follow me. I will take you to another, much better stage of life. And you may reach more comfort, enjoyment, and happiness, more wealth and health. And he is a liar. Shaytan is coming and saying, come and follow me. I'm taking you to the high life for a perfect enjoyment without any limits. I will make you, my followers, to be happy. And ignorant people are asking, how can there be a perfect enjoyment? And Shaytan says, look at what I did. I refused to obey my Lord. And then he granted me my freedom. Now I am free from obedience, free from worship, free from prayer, and free from glorification. Only once I was disobedient, and now I am free and I do as I like. No one is calling me to come and pray and fast. No one is telling me to do this or that. Oh people, follow me. Oh people, you must try to be free. The way to freedom is passing through disobedience. So don't follow anyone, but follow me. I'm not telling you to obey me, no, because we are fighting obedience. But I'm only advising you with a sweet word. Follow me. Oh Europeans, Americans, anyone, I'm not telling you to obey me, no. It is very heavy. I refused it. And now I have my own will, doing everything I want, and no one is questioning me. What are you doing or not doing? Perfect willpower is with me. This is what Shaytan is saying. And the words of Sultan earlier, they speak the truth. Shaytan means to destroy us and to take us to the same place he is going, to the hellfire. As Shaykh Maulana is saying, man by himself cannot be saved from Shaytan. Man must say, Ya'uz billahi minash shaitani rajim, and must look for help, understand how dangerous it is to be left alone and defenseless against Shaytan. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, verily, truly, Shaytan is lying in wait over the heart of the son of Adam. If he remembers Allah, Shaytan retreats. If he forgets Allah, Shaytan will devour his heart. That is the whisperer who retreats. And the Prophet of Allah speak the truth. So we need protection from Shaytan. And protection comes through the way of the Holy Prophet and his inheritors. SahibulSaif is saying, once somebody is giving initiation, they are going to be fixed, easily or through hardship. And imagine, whatever you can imagine, you cannot even imagine what can come to the person if he continues being arrogant and stubborn. Shaytan is not more powerful than the awliya Allah. So Allah's friends, they are the means through which the help comes to us. When we say, A'uz billahi minash shaitani rajim, being with them, following them, being obedient to them, that is a path to being saved from Shaytan and his tricks and traps. Because the Holy Prophet says, verily the believer will wear down his Shaytans by obedience. Just as one of you wears down his camel on a journey. Our Shaykh SahibulSaif is opening up to us more how Shaytan approaches us and how to fight against him when he comes to you. In his sohbat, SahibulSaif is saying, you are saying that you don't care. That's true. Because you've fallen into the tricks and the traps of your ego. And saying, I'm trying my best. You're not trying your best. You didn't try your best. If you tried your best, then something is going to work there, but you're not trying your best. That means you are disconnected from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are disconnected, then who are you connected to? Where? You must be having connection somewhere. To Shaytan. And Shaytan is putting laziness. Shaytan is making man to lose hope. And Shaytan making man to think, I did my best, so I don't care. From time to time, I'm watching the janazah prayers, all those people who are laughing and jumping up and down. One person is going in the front, thousands behind sometimes. I'm watching in the television, but they are not jumping up and down anymore. So many of them aren't knowing that person. They're just in that crowd going. The heaviness of death makes everyone to become silent, sad, and they start thinking it's coming to my way now. That's right. So the believer is that one who keeps that alive in himself all the time, knowing and thinking Azrael may come to me. If Azrael comes to me in this state, what's my state now? Where am I standing? Am I a believer or an unbeliever? Is the faith in my heart or is it out of my heart? When once we are giving the shahadat, the faith is in our heart. But when we start doing the forbidden things that Allah and His Prophet forbid us, then the faith doesn't stay in the heart, because the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, the faith and kufr cannot stay in the same heart. When you are preparing to do a wrong thing, and you are coming and you start doing it, the faith comes out from your heart. Kufr is inside the heart now. Shaytan is ruling on you. You do that action and the faith circles around your head. If it's a small matter and later you realize it and say astaghfirullah, then the faith may come in. If it's not a small matter, then you're going to need to consult with somebody, a holy person, to say, I did this action. This was a very bad action. I'm not comfortable anymore. Yes, you're not going to be comfortable anymore. So many people that are comfortable now, a time will come when they're not going to be comfortable, because that is not in your hand again. You cannot escape. We cannot escape from the ruling of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on us. From time to time, we're just moving out from the road this way and that way, but we cannot escape. The rope is in His hands. If He doesn't permit us, then we cannot breathe the air. So we live as we like. We don't. That's how it looks like we do, but we don't. Down in the road, they catch us. There are guards that are waiting and stopping, saying, this is the area, you cannot pass beyond this. Let's see what you came here with. You give up? Where are you going to go? Giving up means I'm turning my back to hell now. I'm turning my way back to hell now. The doors of hell opening when you give up, and he's running to it. Don't give up. Shaytan is coming to make man to give up from his responsibilities. First, from his intelligence. Intelligence is not working anymore. People lost their minds. They are drunk, running in the streets drunk. So the intelligent man keeps the straight way, the Prophet's way, keeps his modesty, and doesn't interfere into anybody's business. He looks to perfect himself, to put protection, especially in these days. He doesn't open his mouth to speak nonsense. Sin. What is one of the biggest sins? Committing adultery is between individuals and their Lord. That is a sin between the individual and the Lord. There are sins, forbidden actions that are between Allah and the individuals who are doing it. There are sins that are between Allah, the individual, and the whole of mankind. If you are sharing that sin, it is very heavy. And one of that, the biggest one, is backbiting, slandering, lying and cheating on other people. What is the Holy Prophet ﷺ saying? The believer will not cheat anyone, and the believer will not be cheated by anyone. If he's a believer, then he cannot cheat, and he will not be cheated by anyone. Slandering, lying, and backbiting are some of the biggest sicknesses of the Muslims today. In the old days, people were not even daring saying, this person is a sheikh. Even if he was a bad one, no one was saying anything about that bad one, because maybe he has some good connection and I'll be punished. Today's people lost that faith. It's a sign that the faith is lost. There's no faith there. That is enough sign that, yes, you lost that faith. Today you saw that person doing something wrong with your own eyes, let's say. Maybe tomorrow he has asked forgiveness and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forgiven that one. What is your business to go opening that one up? It is a forbidden action. Allah forbid it. Alayhi salatu wassalam forbid it. And the awliya Allah are forbidding. Who's giving right to who? Shaytan must be. So maybe people don't know the heaviness of that. I may say the heaviness. Those who are backbiting and slandering, these words are for those. If they are speaking the truth, then they are not given the permission to speak the truth, because Allah is saying, if I'm opening something wrong about that one to you, it is only for you to look at it. Take lesson and to cover it and walk away. It's not your business to interfere what that one does and to go around making confusion. Confusion is another biggest sin that man can do. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, if it is a man who's backbiting and slandering, his sin is just like that man who's standing right in front of the Kaaba and making adultery with his own mother. Did you like that one now? Think on it. If it's a woman who's doing that, it is just like that woman standing in front of the Kaaba and making adultery with her father. The heart must be shaking now. For people who have faith, their hearts must be shaking. And if I, you, or anyone who's doing that, right away you must say, Astaghfirullah ya Rabbi. And I'm not doing that anymore. If the person thinks that he has the luxury to continue with that, mashallah, Abu Jahil said so many things to the Prophet ﷺ in front of him and behind him. It didn't give him high titles. It just put him through the lowest hells. Did the Holy Prophet lose anything? Something? No. The more they said to him, the more Allah praised him to higher stations. That's how it is, that's how it is, and that's how it's going to stay. Mu'min is that one who listens to the Lord's order, His Prophet ﷺ's order, his Shaykh's order, and runs to do good things to himself, to protect himself from the fire, tries to be a better one, to work for his Shaykh, to protect others. At least just to give something to others, at least to give their hand. Shaykh Effendi speaks the truth. This is his word and his warning. May we be protected from the path of Shaytan. And Shaykh Effendi is giving another warning, saying, wake up to yourselves. These words are for you, for me, and for the whole of mankind who is hearing this. If anybody is saying, I am exception from this, that one should not be a human. Maybe it's an angel, or maybe it's lower than the animals that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, because Allah is putting ego and is saying to us, your ego is your worst enemy. And the Holy Prophet is saying to us, you cannot take care of your ego. You need a master. You cannot take care of your ego yourself. You need somebody to fix it for you, to show you what is right and what is wrong. If you don't, then your guide is going to be Shaytan. Shaytan is going to lead you, and you are still going to think that you are in the Siratul Mustaqim, but you are already going to be in the wrong road. When the angel of death is coming to you, you're going to go out from this world through the wrong door, and all the problems begin that time. May Allah protect us. We're ending and asking with the dua of a Grand Shaykh, saying, Ya Rabbi, what can we do? What can we do now? What should we do? We are left without a master, without a sultan. May you send us a sultan soon. May you send the Ottomans, Ya Rabbi. They overpower all of them. There is a holy verse that confirms what we said, a people that he loves and they love him. Sadaqallah al-Azim. Find this holy verse. I'm calling the Ottomans for this, that they loved Allah and Allah loved them. Subhanallah. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحان قدوس ربنا سبحان قدوس. إن دين الله الإسلام. قام الصلاة.